Hey everybody, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince, and welcome to Mustang Prince Orro Reports. Yes, friends, I'm still here and not yet settled into my flat. Why? Well, you see, my moving process has been going pretty slow lately, ever since 2 Saturdays ago. But thankfully, I am glad that I got my own Christmas tree up. However, I still need to transfer my DVD collection, my ornaments, my wall pictures, my clothes, a few books, even my TV, my filming equipment, my gaming consoles, and a few other things there. Anyway, for today's episode, I'd like to share my thoughts on Disney's recent animated release. Recent being that it's still in theaters despite being released about a couple weeks ago, and sadly bombing at the box office. So, released on November 23rd, 2022, the movie is Strange World. Now, on for the plot of the movie. The film focuses on the Clades, a legendary family of explorers whose differences threaten to topple their latest and, by far, most crucial mission ever. Navigate an uncharted, treacherous land alongside a motley crew that includes a mischievous blob, a three-legged dog, and a slew of ravenous creatures. So, what do I think of the movie? Well, in my eyes, when I saw it in theaters on Black Friday, I thought it really wasn't that bad. Yes, folks, I liked the movie. It was thrilling, interesting, well animated, and it had a very surprising twist near the end. And to further explain what I'm talking about, let's move on to Mustang notes. In August 2021, information on the movie, alongside its working title, Searcher Clade, was revealed. But on December 8th, 2021, the official logo for the film with an updated title of Strange World was published on Disney's press platform. During the same month, Don Hall, who previously directed Winnie the Pooh, Big Hero 6, and Raya and the Last Dragon, was announced as the movie's director, along with Kwai Nguyen as co-director and writer, and Roy Connolly as producer. According to director Hall, Strange World is a nod to pulp magazines, or popular fiction from the first half of the 20th century that was printed on inexpensive wood pulp paper, including films like Journey to the Center of the Earth and King Kong. He also said he loved reading the old issues of pulps growing up. They were big adventures in which a group of explorers might discover a hidden world or ancient creatures. They've been a huge inspiration for Strange World. For the worlds beyond the land and below the giant creature, the land of Avalonia was given an orange and white color scheme to contrast with the titular Strange World inside the creature, for which the filmmakers chose red and magenta for the lung forest. While the rest of the movie is CGI, 2D animation was also added from Randy Haycock, with additional 2D animation by Eric Goldberg and Mark Henn. Now, in my opinion, like Raya and the Last Dragon and Encanto before it, Disney's style of animation is the best thing about the entire movie. Not only does the Strange World look breathtaking, but I also think Avalonia looks great too. Plus, some of the vehicles and technology kind of made me think of the steampunk vehicles from Hayao Miyazaki's Castle in the Sky. But what really impressed me were the designs of the creatures. To me, some of them are not only reminiscent to the creatures from Jules Verne literature, but there are some that look almost like strange and interesting plants, and a few others are based off extinct creatures like Hallucigenia, Heopteris, Alamosaurus, and Lyncia levigata, or Blue Lyncia. Plus, There are these tentacle creatures called reapers that remind me of the Ohm from Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. But, spoiler alert, the part where Avalonia is revealed to be on the back of a giant turtle was not only a very surprising twist, but it also reminded me of the Vanishing Isle from Aladdin and the King of Thieves. Plus, I also found it pretty interesting that this movie doesn't technically feature a main or a twist villain. Also to note, this was the first Disney movie to use the new Disney 100 opening logo, and it was the third movie that I saw in theaters this year where I received a digital collector ticket from the Regal Crown Club. The previous two were from the DC League of Super Pets and Halloween Ends, both of which being subjects for future blogs. And now, let's move on to the characters and the voice actors who brought him to life. The main protagonist, Searcher Clade, is voiced by Jake Gyllenhaal, whom was in October Sky, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, Spider-Man: Far From Home, and Spirit Untamed. Searcher is a treasured member of the Avalonia community, having discovered a revolutionary plant-based power source called Pando. These days, Searcher farms the plant, providing energy to the entire community. And while Searcher is a family man, he loves a spontaneous middle-of-the-kitchen dance with his wife, Meridian, and he vowed long ago he would do anything for his son, Ethan. Plus, Searcher has worked very hard to create a solid and secure life for his family. So, when he finds himself out on his element on an unpredictable mission, his cool confidence escapes him, where he's caught between the legacy of the greatest explorer of all time and his own legacy that he established almost in contrast to that of his own father, who he sees as a rambling, intrepid explorer who was never home, and Searcher sets out to be the opposite. Next is his son, Ethan, played by Jaboki Young White. Ethan is a typical 16-year-old who longs for the kind of adventure that echoes that of the grandfather he's never met. So, when his dad heads off on a crucial mission aboard the airship Venture, he stows away with the dog Legend in tow. Plus, he certainly embraces his father and can feel the love that Searcher has for him. But something is missing for him in the quiet farm life that he's living in. Also to mention, Ethan is Walt Disney Animation Studios' first openly LGBTQ main character. But unfortunately, because of this, Disney chose not to release the movie in 20 countries, mainly the Middle East, Africa, South Asia, and China, where its LGBTQ content would have likely forced demands for edits, which to me not only sounds very serious, but it could also explain one of the reasons why this movie bombed. Also, this is my third time this year talking about same-sex relationships on my blog series. The previous times were while I was blogging Has Been Hotel and Growing Fangs. Plus, I must remind everybody that while I am a straight person, the reason why I slightly support this is mainly because I have two cousins, a former job coach, and two close friends whom are also in the LGBTQ community. Searcher's wife, Meridian, is played by Gabrielle Union, whom was recently in the 2020 Cheaper by the Dozen movie on Disney+. Meridian expertly pilots the crop duster that helps the Clades' Pando crops thrive. In my eyes, she's the kind of person who finds the fun in any situation, and she adores her husband and her son. Plus, not only does Meridian love flying, but I think she's strong, observant, and just plain cool. Also, Meridian is an unexpected but invaluable addition to the Clade family expedition, having chased down the Venture after realizing that Ethan had snuck aboard. Next we come to my favorite character, Searcher's dad, Yeager, voiced by Dennis Quaid, whom was in The Day After Tomorrow with Jake Gyllenhaal, along with The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan, the horrible 2011 Footloose remake, and The Rookie. In my opinion, Yeager is an awesome character, due to him being a larger-than-life explorer whom has long dreamed of venturing beyond the mountain ranges that surround Avalonia. Sadly, his dream became an obsession that he never lost sight of, even when a major misstep landed him in a strange world far from his family. Our next character is the expedition's leader and the Avalonia president, Callisto Mal, voiced by Lucy Liu, whom was Princess May in Mulan 2, Silver Mist from the Tinkerbell movies, and Viper from DreamWorks' Kung Fu Panda trilogy, which I hear is gonna be a quadrilogy in the next 2 years. Now, Callisto has a long history with the Clade family, and she used to be a member of Yeager's expedition team. 25 years later, she becomes determined to solve the mystery of what is plaguing Pando. In my opinion, she has the confidence to make decisions, and she's also very thoughtful and able to see things from a human perspective. Next we come to Legend, the Clade's three-legged family dog. In my opinion, Legend is a curious and adventurous bearded collie who, unknowingly, loves charging towards danger, and I like that he's eager as ever to please his human masters. Fun fact, Legend's design is very reminiscent of Max, Prince Eric's old English sheepdog from The Little Mermaid, and he's also the second dog with 3 legs that I've ever seen in an animated movie, the first being Ozzy from Blue Sky's Epic. Last but not least, we have Splat, a blue creature from the strange world who befriends Ethan and guides him and the rest of the Clades through the mysterious underground land. Now, Splat would have to be my favorite character in the movie next to Yeager. To me, his appearance kind of makes me think of Mort from Treasure Planet, and I really love how he communicates non-verbally, kind of like the magic carpet in Aladdin. Also, I think the sound effects that he makes are both cute and really funny. By the way, my favorite scenes involving Splat is the part where he helps guide the Venture across an electric ocean and when he squeezes under a door to help Legend release the Clades from a locked room. And now on to my final words. Overall, Strange World was a pretty good, but not a perfect movie to come from the House of Mouse. The animation is amazing as usual, the colors are stunning and vibrant, the story is thrilling, while also paying tribute to Pulp Fiction. The musical score by Henry Jackman is fantastic and epic. The characters are memorable and endearing, though some may have a few hiccups, and the creature designs are absolutely out of this world. However, there are a couple things in this movie that almost make it not entirely for kids. But if you could ignore those, I'm sure you folks can give this movie a watch and stick around during the end credits. Plus, while this movie did become Disney's latest box office bomb, like Treasure Planet and Atlantis: The Lost Empire, I'm sure it'll gain a cult following. So, I give this movie an 82% out of 100. Now, what's Disney's next animated project gonna be, you ask? Well, with a title like this, it feels absolutely fitting for the Walt Disney Company's 100th anniversary. Well, that's all for... Do you hear that? It sounds like my magic board wants me to start the holiday season with a double feature. And I think I may know which 2 movies to look at. Yes, folks, we're going to start the holiday season by by looking at a series of animated Christmas stories starring Mickey Mouse and his pals. So be sure to join me next time when we get to them. Mustang Power.